Hey, what's up, skaters out there? I'm Victor Thorup. I've been to 2 Olympic Games and I skated more than 100 inline races. I'm no sprinter, but I have done quite a bunch of starts in my career. And in today's video, I will try and guide you to which start to choose and how to perfect it. Now, this goes to any type of skating, whether it's a marathon, an indoor race, sprint race, pack style race. The better start you have, the better position you get, and the faster you go, or the more energy you can preserve for a final sprint later on. Therefore, it is super important to do this and do it often, because a start is so efficient, is so aggressive, is so instinctive that you won't have the time to think too much as you do it, especially not when there are people on each side and you're going at it. Therefore, do this so often that it becomes a habit and you don't have to think about it at all. You can switch your brain off and simply just focus on going fast and trying to get out there in front of the other skaters and launch yourself into your race. Now, the one I grew up doing is what we call the hockey start. Some people call the kangaroo. For all these, I'll demonstrate as if I'm heading towards you. That is the one where we position ourselves like this to the side and then start by getting over there. Now, why is this a good start? It's a great start because if you see it from the side, I'm already leaning out here because I have this counterweight. I'll be able to almost already be out of the starting box right as the gun goes. So the way you call to the line, ready, and then you have this leverage here that really allows you to load this leg and jump off. Now, why wouldn't this be a perfect start? First of all, it takes a lot of space. As you can imagine, you need to get that leg in front of the other leg. It's pretty simple here because it's just me, myself, and I. But imagine we're in a starting box. There's a person there, a person there. This is a lot of space to get around. The other issue is I'm not facing where I'm going. I think if you follow me here on YouTube, you know the good skating points forward. Obviously in the start, you open your hip and sprint forward. But good skating would have to go that way. I am definitely not facing that way. So there will be a delay and a loss of power in the transition phase where I need to twist my body or turn it to go forward. It's also extremely easy to over twist it. And that way it's gonna take at least a couple, maybe even a handful of steps before you're actually engaged skating forward. So, waste of time there, and it's hard getting out. That said, you can really load it, and we've seen in time trials, people do this to get even more of a load on that very first step. Now, the next start I'm gonna talk about is, say, the most common, as this ice skater I use myself almost all the time, is the one where you simply have one skate pointing straight forward. This is great because my body is pointing where I want to go, and the other one here. This again is the counter leverage. You can see, again, it allows me to get a little out here. On the other hand, this is not the one I'm using, so you want to tuck this hip down if this is the start you're doing. If you're in this position, you're jumping up, you want to jump forward. So make sure to tuck this under yourself and then create that forward movement, basically without anything going in another direction. So you want this axis of force going forward, as if you see a sprinter moving in that direction. So tuck this in, so it's a single movement. There's no up, down, right, left, just straight forward as the gun goes. So that one, as you do it in the race, it's gonna look like this. Key point here, coordinate your arm swing. As you can see, if this is the leg I have back, this is the arm I have back, because then it goes straight into the correct arm swing. Otherwise, you have to adjust that later on, which again, you're gonna lose time and lose efficiency. So this one's fantastic because you're pointing in the right direction, but it's also wonderful because that first step is tiny, not ideal, but when you're in a pack race, like I demonstrated before, kangaroo, big step, no space, takes a while to get out there. Even though your first step is powerful and long, it's gonna be a while before you can precision that one. Where imagine there's a person here and there, I'm out in front and I'm ready to move forward. So that one is great to gain position and quickly create momentum pointing straight forward. Especially if you're on a 200-meter track like the one I'm using for this demo, imagine you're starting right before the turn. You do this, and then you also have to twist into the turn. It's almost a 180 just to get going. That said, it is the one where you can really get the most power going because you have that full leg extension as you use the udder as leverage, almost like a crossover, but getting going. If you're in the outer, if the beginning of a straightaway, I do like the kangaroo. If I skate myself, I do that one. But if it's a pack style, this one is great. Quick out there and you're already moving forward. Now another start getting more and more popular is the open hip start. We've seen this in short track. We've seen some of the best sprinters and inlines do it, where you open up the hips already. So the position would be like this. So when you're called to the line, that one makes a lot of sense because you're in the starting position. Obviously this one demands a lot of flexibility. If you don't have that, you're more likely to skate backward. You don't have the same leverage as you do with the other starts, with the rear leg holding you back so you can load it more. But you're pointing straight forward, and if you have that flexibility, well, you're basically almost doing a full squat as you attack the race. Therefore, you got the flexibility. This one is fantastic. It takes a little space, you can compress it a little more, take more space. Obviously, it's more shaky, it's not as stable, but if you got your mobility and your balance under control, that is probably the one I would go with. So, just to summarize, the kangaroo, full leg extension, good leverage, can give you a massive first step off the line. Does take a lot of space and you're likely to tilt the body, but it's great for getting off the line if you have the space. Next one, classic ice skating, the T here, pointing straight. You have good leverage with this and you can start moving forward, drive the momentum without twisting. It is the one where you have kind of naturally the least weight on the leg is pushing. And then ultimately the open start here, where everything's pointing forward, but it does demand more mobility, flexibility here. But if you got that, well, you're good to do a full squat in the direction you're going. I hope it made sense. Otherwise, comment here below. And I also think it's a great way to just figure it out by trying all three of them. Obviously, if you're not used to it, it's gonna feel a little awkward at first, but quickly by doing them a little, you're gonna see which one works the best for you. One thing they all have in common, you want disengage, you want to drive the hip forward without tilting. If you want to be better at sprinting and speed and accels and racing in general, there's a training plan in the description below called Speed and Sprint, 12 weeks. That's gonna get you going really fast in skates. Check that one out. There's a free preview and single time purchase. You're gonna have it for life. Other than that, all I have left to say is have fun, skate a lot, and hopefully I'll see you on the track somewhere.